child of God, I know that you've felt this somewhere along your journey. You've awakened to the fact that the people placed in your life, and maybe the people that you've been born into, are living in the delusion of the main narcissist. And there could be multiple. And you step back from that, and they try to make you out to be the crazy one. And what I'm getting at is you learn their tactics, and you might have questioned yourself, almost giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like, Lord, am I consuming too much information? Like, is everyone on YouTube that you've led me to, are they wrong? Like, they love you, Jesus. Like, the people of my life that are against me, like, are asleep. But, Lord, maybe I should just give them another chance. I have personally done that. And that was a good year or two after being aware of all of the knowledge and understanding that God had shown me and led me to. You know, because it's God that is answering your prayers. You've prayed for wisdom and understanding and confirmation, and He keeps leading you to sources that are revelations, that are relatable to your life and your circumstances. And a lot of that is the topic of narcissism. But again, and it's a process of building us up and showing us, like, I told you so, you know, where we, out of the genuineness of our heart, because we love these people and we want to make sure that we are in good standing with God. So perhaps you've been on the fence about this because, you know, the odds are against you. You're on the victorious team, but like, the world don't understand. The flying monkeys don't understand, and you feel really bad for them, and like having to separate yourself from them even because they are still under the influence of Satan and the main narcissist, who is like a puppet string puller. So you've been taken through certain situations and letting go and just letting God reveal to you meaningful things and the truth behind everyone's facade, and specifically the narcissist, right? But I want to testify here. So one time it got to that point for me, as I said, like 2 years in, I had been consuming so much of this YouTube stuff, but I came to a place where I was, because these people are tactful, they'll lay low, and my knowledge and awareness in trying to wake them up and showing them what they were doing wrong was only making them better at concealing it and still avoiding accountability and playing the facade better. So they were, you know, I started to question everything. I'm like, maybe I'm wrong, Lord. Maybe, you know, maybe I've been tricked. Maybe, Lord, you allowed me to be tricked for 2 years, even though I thought I was increasing and growing in you and gaining understanding and stuff. So I was, and, you know, of course I was wrong, but I'm getting to that. I confronted my mother, who is this, like, evil, like, she is knowingly aware of the wickedness that she's doing, but she thinks that she can beat me at this game that she has created. She would do anything but take accountability. She wants to get the world on her side and everything, but whatever. At one point, I came to a place where I was, I had slowly become more naive after being awakened to all of this. I was like, Mom, because I had to be within their presence, and that's a whole nother story. Whatever. I'm like, maybe I'm wrong about all this, Mom. Maybe I've just been deceived, and everyone who's exposing and talking on YouTube is just wrong. And when I said that, her eyes lit up like a Christmas tree. And I've never, not in a good way though, I've never seen such a sinister smirk, because they had been trying to plant seeds like, oh, you're listening to YouTube, you gotta cut that filth off. They discredit anything that is truth and threatening to their type of character. So I said that. She lit up, and she was like, I couldn't even mimic it if I tried. But in that moment, I was like, thinking to myself, like, never mind. I gotta get the heck away from you. But I didn't. It took months for God to reveal to me that I was only being weak and going through a season where more had to be revealed to me. So this message is pertaining to those that resonate with what I'm trying to point at. There will come times where we might question or doubt all that we know to be true. But it has been God bringing you the understanding through his people. And I mean, it's understandable to question yourself at times, but God knows what he's doing. He wouldn't allow for you to be 2 years in, for example, just to realize that he had let you be tricked for that long. It's just character building. He knows what he's doing. He's building the strength within you to fully depart and separate. And in my situation, I haven't legally been allowed to separate because they're so tactful in the way that they have kept me enmeshed. So the Lord has integrated these seasons of patience and stuff. But crazy people, they want you to become crazy like them. They want you to question what you know. They want enough time to go by while they are not up in your face, hoping that you will let your guard down and become soft and try again, right? That's what they want. But now, you're not falling for the bait. You value clarity, space. You've gotten through the toughness, the realization, the confirmation from God that these people, not only can they not go with you into the next seasons of your life, but they are actually against you. And of course, it's not, on surface level, it's not in your face, even though it could be in some situations. They will taunt you, but it is discreet. They're against you in a discreet way. The demons within them, Satan does not want you to break out of their delusion and fulfill God's will for your life. Satan uses these people to get you to be on this teeter-totter and to not own who you are and to seek how you can do something great in this life. And that's going to happen, and it's going to be amazing. And it's going to be God who got you there and got you through that. Satan and his minions don't want the prophecy to happen. They don't want God to exalt you. They don't want the truth coming out. They've been telling everyone in their neighbor that they're concerned for you. You're concerned for them because they're blind and they are on their way to hell. You have peace that surpasses all understanding. You fellowship with God. You have like a friendship with God. He has humor even. They're questioning how you can like be blissed out of your mind with all the situation and the wickedness that they've done behind the scenes to you. It's because God is your strength. He's your rock. He's your provider. So they think that they can derail your God-given intellect. They think it's you that they're getting one over on. But they can't trick the Spirit of God. It's God. He gave you the discernment. You are moving so wisely. They can never get you to react or respond in the way that they want you to. And it's like freaking them out. They're like scrambling, trying to hold their narrative about you together. But it's like falling apart. And it will fall apart. They don't want you to catch on. Otherwise, you would break out of their narcissism. You would break free from their power game, their ability to sway you. There's so many like agendas at play with them. It's like they know that you might, even though you will, they know that you might become someone great on this earth. And so they want to have one foot in with you and act like they're cool with you and stuff and act like they have your best interest at heart so that when you become who you will be, they want to be able to be like, oh, we knew you could do it. Yeah, we love you. We're your family. Yeah, we're with him. Oh, yeah, I told him to do that, right? They want recognition for who you will become. But they are being very shisty as of right now. They don't want you to break free because you would start living in your God-given light. And a lot of us are. And they have to start like competing with your life and your growth to make their false narrative about you come true. You know, but it won't. So you're just like gaining wisdom, how to move more wisely, how to not be attached and emotionally attached to all of their ploys. And it's like the outside world is starting to catch on. Like, where's Devin? Like, he was always a good kid. Like, why? So, you know, they have to cover up their tracks. So they might try to get you to be around them just for the sake of appearing to others like they're good people. But you're not letting anyone off the hook. Like, And you also aren't trying to change them anymore. You're an honest person and you're honest with yourself. They ought to go through that same thing, and they haven't learned that lesson. They're running from it. So rather than trying to convince them of who they are, you're just like, fine, I accept, that these people suck, and I'm going to be unbothered by it, and I'm just going to move wisely. And they're like in fear because you've caught on. They know that you've caught on, and they have to act dumb, like they don't know. They have to act like they don't know about this, like, tension that they have created. They act aloof. They want to get you to speak about what you know about them so that they can gauge how aware you are, so that they can up the ante. Satan's minions and Satan himself, they're all wicked. They try to invert the truth. I said this, they have to act like they don't understand why you're pulling back. They have to act to the outside world, who's may be questioning, like, where's Devin been? They have to act like, well, I don't know, he chose to, I don't know, he said he's got better stuff to do, I guess. I mean, I don't know, he's going through something. It's like, no, I'm not. I am free. So they put a negative twist on everything to appear as victims. They've victimized you, and you don't feel the need to claim that as your identity as a victim because you know that you're a victor. You're just going through the process of God's prophetic, way for you. So they have to play the victim, even though they have done all this crazy crap to you. It's absurd. So Satan is using them to hold you back, the one who woke up, to keep you from God exalting you. But they can't stop it. They can only delay it. And that has happened to me due to my own questioning, right? It has held me back. It got me more enmeshed, like legally and financially too. But that does not stop what God will do for all of us in our own situations. At the same time, they want credit for who you might become. I said that. So again, don't question, even though some of you might have, but if you come to a place where you question yourself, remember that God has led you here. God has placed his warriors in your path to give timely messages that, I mean, what other way could he have done that, right? These people, God's people, are speaking with courage and exposing darkness. And it's like, we didn't even want this to, at one point, we didn't want for this to have to be the case. But it just is. Like, we're too far now to turn back and go and be of the world and try to be asleep again. Now at this point, it feels like I spawned into this life with a bunch of sleepwalkers. And it's only God's people and those seeking wisdom, knowledge, and understanding who get it and can do something with this timely, God, Holy Spirit inspired truth. Like me and everyone else on here that's speaking about this stuff, we never would have thought growing up that we would be aligned with doing this. But it's because we feel led to. And it does take like courage, especially for someone who's always been introverted. Like, Lord, may your will be done. Increase in me. Like, you are my source, my power. Reach who you need to, right? And I've gained understanding, and I feel like I've gone a long way since before I started speaking. And that's why I try to encourage you all to utilize what you've been through for the sake of God's kingdom in whatever interesting way you might want to do that. There's many ways to glorify God, right? So it's all prophetic. All of this that's happening, God sees and he knows. He doesn't take rest days. And we are human, so sometimes we're like waiting for the next sign or confirmation. Like and don't take me the wrong way, like we know that we walk with God and he hears our prayers and stuff and he knows our heart, but he doesn't take breaks. He doesn't like run from us. He knows what he's doing. Sometimes the test comes from seeing what you will do, how you will act. Will you glorify God? Will you take that next step in allowing him to open the next door, right? So these minions, the world is against you. They are living in a delusion. The narcissist is like aware of their wickedness. And yes, we're fighting spirits, principalities of darkness in high places. But that doesn't mean that we give these people the free pass and that we just keep trying to stick around and be naive and let these people off the hook and stick around and drain ourselves of all of our being, our empathy, and our resources to try to bring these people to the light. At some point, God will be like, okay, I've shown you. Give these people to me. Let me take care of these people. Judgment is mine. I have bigger plans for you. They don't want to hear you, but everything that I've shown you through them is true, and I have people around the world that will resonate with what you're saying, and it will help them, and it will be timely for them, you know? And this ain't just my path. This is for a lot of you too. And I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it, but I'm just hoping that you are brainstorming with the Lord and, you know, take everything that I say to God, of course. So, again, these people are relentless at running from accountability. We need to be relentless at what God has started within us, becoming our best self, you know, fighting sin and temptation, but also being aware of how the enemy works and having faith that God and his people will get the last laugh. We can't get from point A to point B without going through what God needs us to go through. So there are blessings along the way, and God does have a mighty plan for you and your life. And eventually, you will see the fruits of that, and you will be aligned with something amazing where it'll be like a project where you can have an endless amount of testimony to give to others. And maybe it's on YouTube. So these people are cowards, and they don't want you to know that, even though you already do. But you have victory in Jesus, and you will beat them at their own game. So that'll be it for now. I hope that you got something from this, that you got encouragement. And yeah, stay tuned and God bless.